Radiant team pick.
Speak for the cheese.
Dire team pick.
Alchemist.
Radiant team pick.
EA 不是有一句话是这么说的吗？就这么轻松的放了出来。对，最近比赛好像没输过，很多队伍都不信邪。然后以前就那太久远了，印象不深。最近是好像没输过，不信邪，然后放了，然后就输了。拉比克。
Radiant team ban.
第3手搬人，对面接2号位的话，还差一手辅助。威萨这时候还在，但是我感觉威萨也能大冰魂吧，搬威萨也可以。
Dire team ban.
看一下 VG 第3手搬人，IG， 为什么？还好。
Is Dota 4. You can see the stats here with 1 play so far. Newbie, after Rocky started in Cena Cup, have bounced back. They're 2-0, taking a big win against LGD as well. It was an unexpected win against Tong Fu Wangzhou, but the schedule today, that's what we're kind of interested in.
First match going to be Invictus game versus Vici and IG, of course. They made a big roster change, adding Luo as well as Chuan to the active roster. No more Banana, he's on the out. No more Hao either. They've moved on to Newbie, so we'll have to see how they perform in their absence. But for the time being, IG still have it to prove. All these players very accomplished in the past, but with the current roster, have not done as much as Vici Gaming have with their 5.
Yes, it's still a small enough change there. I feel like this is still going to be one of the big teams there. Adding in Luo and Chuan, still a very strong team, and we'll get ourselves into the draft in just a moment here, guys. We are getting things underway, and this is the big match for today. You've got Vici Gaming, who've shown that they're as good as ever, taking DK to a full 5-game grand final in Cena Cup, and you've got ID, who to me are going to be they're going to be in that top 3. I think they're going to join Vici Gaming and DK as the big 3 Chinese teams, and I think you'll have Newbie LG after. Newbie the only one who can maybe challenge the top teams.
We did have the teams mixed up here, but that has been sorted, and well, adds another day, another Ancient Apparition high pick. The first overall pick was actually, though, the Way of Prophet, followed by Ancient Apparition after if they want to run Alch support, but we've seen more solo mid-Alch in the Chinese scene as of late, so
yes,
looking towards that in this particular game. We also have selection, and possibly into Faith here, I guess. Chuan can play more of the jungle support as of late, but certainly we all remember what he's done with Rubik in the past.
Enchantress and Jet still both in the pool, and I think especially the Enchantress has been one of the top picks in this Chinese as well as in general. And we've chatted a bit in the Once Invitational finals, and AO 2000 used it a lot, so definitely still very viable. As for Vici, more Invictus Gaming, directing the Alch mid, something they've run a lot of is that solo mid Ferrari 430 Brewmaster, so maybe they look at melee versus melee matchup. Alchemist still has pretty good in melee versus melee matchups because of the acid spray, and because he can easily get those stuns from the Brewmaster, but Brewmaster just really needs the level. He can trade farm a bit, get his Blink Dagger up, and we've seen some mixed success. I didn't see FG do with the Brewmaster. I've seen other teams use him very well.
They were going in that one game play with Master, but couldn't deliver in the 5th game. And this is where things get a bit bigger for the Cena Cup. Great kind of warm-up event, online tournament, but now this qualifier leads into a major LAN title, LAN tournament, potentially a title for some of these teams. And
Reserve time.
a great training opportunity, probably the teams will have going towards before.
Absolutely. I mean, the last sometime in April, I believe.
April 17th through 20th. So it's a 4-day event. 8 teams will have a lot more games than we did last time.
Yeah, and like mentioned, this is a chance to see the Eastern teams are still in Tooth and Gordon. So a lot to look forward to there in SLTV with it becoming a true global Dota 2 league.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It seems like it's going to be some season. We've just gotten started with China. This is only day 2. All these teams will fully keep in. We're moving on play. All you need to do is finish. Now the second the next thing speaking, they removed the solo mids for 430, but we've seen 430 just because in poker matches still available, something you mentioned earlier, and would like it's Alk or Nyx Assassin, probably the Alk going mid, and 430 still has his options open here as we move toward IG's second stage of the picks.
Yeah, I think they will be definitely thinking of getting a jungler here.
Reserve time.
You talked talking about it with Brian. You're like, well, when they added Banana to Newbie, it was like, yeah, this guy's like one of the best junglers. It was what kind of led Tonk to dominance, and it was like, we're kind of thinking of which other junglers in China even compare to, and Chuan was the only one we could come up with. So maybe we're looking towards playing one of those jungle roles.
Yeah, it's something that Chuan was doing for a long time for IG before he ended up no longer being on the active roster, but he's back now. He's back in this, and we'll see Lifestealer come off the board, so expect Luo to take the reins on that. Though it is possible for FPlay with Prophet already picked up. We expect him on that. So now looking for that second support for Chuan as well as for 430. And for me, I'm most interested in what 430 is going to play. Up against the Bane now, an Apparition, Alk Nyx. That's a lot of lockdown. Lifestealer as well against most of these heroes, but I would not mind them going for more of a semi-carry mid this game.
I think with the Prophet's kind of like your second semi-carry already. This is where I don't think you need like a full like Invoker or TA type mid hero.
Well, it was big.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, I don't think you need like a full TA type hero. I think you can if that's what you want to do, but I don't think spell need more damage. You would, but now get a high damage output support with the Visage. So
Well, I meant more along the lines of like a Puck, like a
Yeah.
semi-carry type, but
Yep.
Puck is actually banned, so...
Brewmaster, I think, is still very... Brewmaster against lots of disables can actually be quite good as long as you get your ulti off, because you just can disrupt them a lot. You cancel the Fiend's Grip with a Boulder, Cyclone, an annoying hero.
Pretty good vehicle for Lifestealer with the Blink Dagger as well, so I like that combo. They'll go for the Night Stalker ban, though, something that Navi was running today.
That's like your old school IG, like Night Stalker plus Lifestealer, like the face rush lineup.
Yeah, I
Face rush with a Prophet in there.
don't think it was a great game for a Night Stalker, though, honestly. Like, he runs in, there's just so many ways to stun him, punish him for tower diving.
Yeah.
I mean, H Apparition
true.
is food, perhaps, but the rest of these heroes would have a pretty easy time with him, I'd say. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we saw the Dendy Night Stalker, or at least I saw the Reddit thread about it. The Yule Scepter is back.
Okay.
Happened in, I think it happened in the XMG like, Captain's Draft tournament. But
No, it happened in Outmatch. Starlight,
was it ours?
yeah.
well, I think he ran it again in the Captain.
Okay. He was,
Maybe I could.
Yeah,
I'm in my
Starlight Magic.
Radiant team
And
pick.
Vici getting last pick Luna. Yeah, they're gonna put made the Nyx off lane, so they just need a trial and carry, and that's triple range heroes, all with Luna Blessing, all with Chilling Touch.
Yeah, you can't really go aggressive
That's-
against that.
That damage output's insane.
It used to be when you'd see a Luna pick, and the enemy team has lifesteal, they would go aggressive, but with this Ancient Apparition in the mix, I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't think Vici Gaming can necessarily go aggressive themselves as good as this trial is,
No.
because
I'm more
Nyx-
saying IG can.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin can't really 1v1 a Nature's Prophet. So I think both teams will go with a safe lane trial, and the Bane AA can maybe look to just roam. Bane can even look to help out mid by throwing a few Enfeebles at level 1, like we've seen sometimes from Bane
We
players.
could even maybe see dual lanes, like a Bane Luna and a, let's
Yeah.
say, a Nyx Ancient Apparition. Some teams have experimented with the AA dual lanes in the off lane. I know Cloud9 loves to do that. Vici also like to roam a lot in the laning stage. That's been one of their hallmarks as a team ever since they reformed the roster. So, a pretty good roaming lineup. And mid will be an easy gank with the out there, as well as Bane and Ancient Apparition both being good setups. So, this does put Nyx into more of a farming position, though. And IG will go for the semi-cats. Now, Aqua was banned, but very similar hero, even more of a late gamer in the Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
Some Lifestealer bombs on loose.
Quite a lot of lockdown to deal with him, but it's still not too bad. If he doesn't get hit by like a Carapace, which can lead into an Impale, or get caught in by the Fiend Script, then it should be not too tough of a time for Ferrari. He's going to have good.
Are you ready?
But guess it's pretty bad.
Yeah, he could. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ideal. That's a guaranteed initiating stun. He really can't get away from that, especially during the first daytime. So, if they run a Storm mid, I would like to see Vici put a lot of pressure on him.
Yes, the Alchemist by Vici Gaming, we saw, I believe it was them running it yesterday. Not as strong on the Dire side, because you can't as easily stack your own Ancients.
Yeah,
But
that's a good point.
Nyx, if he's off lane, he can't really get much out of the lane against a Rubik Visage, so he may actually he may be the one stacking the Ancients. Like yesterday it was Super stacking his own Ancients just on the way to check the rune, or just whenever he could, because it takes like 2 seconds from the mid-Radiant side, but I imagine
30
it'll be
seconds
RTK
to
stacking
battle.
Ancients for the Alk Assets Ray farm.
Absolutely. All right, guys, if you're just joining us, this is our first of 4 best of ones on the day. Vici Gaming versus IG, 2 of the biggest names in China right now, duking it out. And on the Radiant side, we'll start with Invictus Gaming. We've got Luo in the Nature's Prophet, not YYF. It is actually going to be the YYF Lifestealer heading towards the bottom lane. Or Hua hand usage. Solo worm. So interesting small adjustment.
Battle begins.
It's only the way versatile players in the net.
Well, yeah, my versus play. Like a whole time.
He pretty much argue.
Something
At least
right,
yeah.
let's drum something out. Actually, he appeared. I would think he was more or less the first one to be doing it a bit.
Yeah, there were some like players doing it in pubs a lot around that time. I'm not sure who started it, but he was the first pro player to really.
There's probably like some 2K
consistently
MMR
run
guy
it.
out there like, I did Sergeant Yasha on my lifesteal. Like, come on.
Give me some props here, man.
Bit of lag for the players. Apparently, our audio is a bit laggy in Dota TV, but as with the nature of Perfect World servers, we can't.
It's hit or miss.
It's hit or
just,
miss.
Sometimes in some games it's good, some games it's not so good. So
As long as
we are looking into solutions as far as looking into VPNs, but we've had very poor results with those in the past, where we spend a bunch of money on a VPN and it doesn't actually help. So we'll keep on hunting for them, guys. If we find a solution, we of course will implement it and let you know. But for the time being, if you do want to hear our lovely voices, safe bet is to keep the stream up when there's lag.
Yep. Well, looks going with a safe lane trial lane here as the standard, somewhat expected result. We'll see the Alchemist versus Storm mid, and both offlaners are against scary trial lanes.
This is really bad for. Prophet's not half bad, and Lifestealer can go woodsy too, so I think this tri lane should work out very well for IG, and I guess the question is, how is IG's offlane gonna work out for them?
They got this little pull off here. I haven't seen this in a while, this dive pull.
That's pretty hard to pull.
I didn't actually see how they got it either. I have to go back and rewatch this one, but I'm not sure how they... No, with the tree pulled it, and then they pulled the wave to the tree.
Okay.
Like they could pull this wave to the tree. So it's actually the Prophet helping them get that pull off. I suddenly look
that's
over.
rather unfortunate.
Look over. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this pull isn't possible.
Yeah, well, that's a bit of
Unless you're a
blunder.
wisp, it's a range where you, like they're wild.
Well,
projectiles in the air.
the projectile coming at you.
That's the only way you can do some of those little pulls to it.
Yeah. I've seen teams try the dual mid with the Wisp, but not too much recently. Outside of Fnatic, but even they're not running much.
Yeah.
We'll see RTK. He's been zoned out thoroughly. He Prophet has pretty much the same. We'll get 3 creeps here, but the good news for the Prophet is he can catch up in the duel. Doesn't really happen.
Nyx.
Although he'll find it
Haste.
much recently, outside of maybe Fnatic, but even they're not running it much.
Yeah.
We'll see RTK. He's been zoned out thoroughly. Your Prophet has pretty much the same. We'll get 3 creeps here, but the good news for the Prophet is he can catch up in the jungle. Nyx doesn't really have that option.
Yeah. Nyx.
Although he'll find a haste, so he might get something now.
And I like this from IG. They've done their homework. They've blocked off the Ancients with a Sentry Ward. This is clever.
We saw this yesterday. 2 teams both failed to. One of them was, it was Tongfu Wangzhou, bit of a newer, younger, inexperienced team, but there was another game yesterday where one of the top Chinese teams was not warding the Ancients. It was the first newbie match, maybe?
The first one was against the Tongfu Wangzhou. The last one was
Okay.
against LGD.
What
It was
was the other
the
match? The
Vici
Vici
Gaming versus... They played CIS, I want to say?
Or was it Dream? I think it's Vici
Yeah,
versus
either
Dreamtime.
CIS or Dreamtime. They played
Yeah.
one of those 2 teams.
Yeah, and those teams did not ward the Ancients. Super was almost the most farmed hero with just constant ganking.
Yeah.
And speaking of ganking, it'll be your first smoke of the game now. Fenrir FY on the move. A sleep into a cold feet. That is a guaranteed kill, and they don't even need the sleep to start here.
Prophet
Just
probably
an
has
outstun
sent
will
word
do.
though, because his treants are scouting and have not seen supports. One treant was at the big camp, one was over at the pull. Nothing was spotted, so he said, hey, be careful mid, these supports are not pulling.
Well,
are
he
not
might have
jungling."
warned mid, but has he warned himself?
Yeah.
That's the question here. They don't have that great initiating stun top, though. It'll just be the sleep, and it doesn't have the best range.
There's no sleep cold feed, and even with a cold feed, I don't know if it would
Oh,
land
he
because
spotted
of the
them now.
boost.
The
Yeah.
Treant marches in, and
Yeah.
a well-dodged gank. Really good, just off-lane positioning, map awareness from the Prophet. Heads back to base, and may just... we'll have to see if he even looks to defend top at this point.
Pulls some of the creeps off the tower using a Treant, so he's just slowing down the push as much as possible. I think he'll TP, summon some Treants, and then just try to use the Treants to maybe like pull the creeps once again off there. So yeah, he'll TP into where it's safe, summon Treants, and look to just... He's just stalling this. Even if he doesn't stop the tower going down, he just wants to stall it and make him waste as much time as possible.
While this is happening, I'm looking at a safe lane lifestealer that he's 9 CS behind the enemy Luna, and they're pushing the tower. YYF's missing some last hits here.
Yeah, that shouldn't be
Especially
happening.
against Nyx. Like, you should be able to get them even when he's in the lane. And
Yeah.
he's been zoned out quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but that is inexcusable.
There was a haste on
almost.
ROTK, but that doesn't affect your ability to last hit.
Yes.
Well, that's going to hurt them a bit. The good news, though, 430, getting levels and hasn't died. The main thing is just dodging that first gank. Almost hits level 6 off of this wave. And they have the Lifestealer bombs. The Prophet not getting much in the way of levels, but still doing decently after that abortive push attempt. He's almost level 4.
Yep. Well,
More than the Nyx, anyway. There's
Yeah.
only 2.
As far as the mid lane goes, we're looking at a pretty even matchup here. Both Storms are at 3 CS ahead, which is nothing, and both sitting on level 5.5. So this is pretty much what you'd expect a bit from this matchup. As much as Storm Spirit's a range 0 has that over the Alchemist, it doesn't really give him that big of an advantage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
For the time being, Vici Gaming, they go back to getting their levels up, FY. Working towards his level 3. Super's already 5, but
It's IG's turn
just-
to smoke now.
they just haven't gotten much off the map. As you mentioned, the Alchemid isn't that strong on the Dire side compared to Radiant, and
Yep.
between that, as well as IG warding the Ancients anyway, and the failed gank top / mid, and the push being stopped as well. I mean, we're looking at IG. Already up 600 experience. That's a pretty decent amount for this early on.
And Super's rushed a magic wand, which is like, it basically says he knows there's going to be ganks coming at some point. He hits level 6, he's got a magic wand, so even with these 3 heroes here with a Storm Zip in, killing him gets tricky. That wand, the +3 stats combined with the extra heal you get when they engage on you, actually will probably allow him to survive this gank.
Luo just out of range of that Lucent Beam, and it's going to connect, but they need the sleep to get this kill. The slow's there, and this should be our first blood. If they have the cold feet, not actually using it yet, and they still bring him down. First blood will go the way of Vici, but YYF joins the fray, wants to focus Sylar, who has Eclipse. Will they kill him in time? He's got the Eclipse, but I think he'll go down before he uses it. Isn't going to waste it. Smart decision-making from him. 430 shows up. IG are ready for this one, gods. They bring down 2 for 2 so far. Now they work on Super, but he's pretty tanky for the time being. They need another slow. Phase boots from YYF. TP in from Luo. Suddenly, 3 dead. It could be 4. The slow. They have a Rage available. Just need one more Sprout to secure this kill. No tangos on the Bane. Should be able to catch him. Running up the cliff. Not going to matter. Surrounded and brought down. 4 heroes fall. And the worst part is the tower still alive and now going to be in deny range too.
That's the beauty of what Luo did earlier in the game, where he just kept on.
His shell encroached no. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
That's what you do at
Their
stage in with their
defense
kind of
has
lineup.
weakened.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, that's where having the Flame Prophet, sure he dies and then just TP's right back in and rejoins the fight. So, well, for the time being, YYF back to the bottom lane, has Fizz Boots. The one piece of good news is RT got like a level out of them in the off lane, but that's really stretching it. He's still under level. The Prophet's already 5. Our Nyx is sitting at 3, and RTK, all he can do is hide in the trees, try and fog YYF, and leech experience. Because if he approaches the wave, you just see it. A rage, open wound, some right clicks, Prophet TP's in, and that's a dead Nyx. So really not much the offlane Nyx can do this game.
We don't often see offlane Nyxes get properly punished, and I feel like this is one of the first times we do. Like, most teams are running dual lanes or tri lanes that aren't strong enough to zone him out.
And we haven't seen a ton of Lifestealer versus Nyx matchups.
Yeah.
We've seen both of them getting picked, but not against each other that often.
Lifestealer, yeah, great against Nyx Assassin. We'll see a Storm Zip in now. He wants some more blood. He's going to find Fenrir here at the top river and gets another kill for IG.
Okay.
To the Nature's Prophet.
I feel like as soon as this Prophet hits 6, they'll just make a go on ROTK here. Not that they particularly need to kill him, but it's just an easy kill with
Yeah.
Lifestealer. Already the max rage, and one right click, that's a good 20%, maybe 15% of your HP, and
He can almost
keep on
solo kill him with max rage. Like,
yeah, he's got to be a bit worried out. Well, Bane's not level 6, so I guess there's not really any way to stop aside from just TPing in and trying to right click him.
yeah. I don't think he'll quite enough. It clicks off with just a full direct rage, but he'll get very close to doing it. That's what you say. Prophet hit 6, it's guaranteed kill. There's actually going under the tower. They ROTK fly.
Now when you want top lane, they've gone in on Tyler. Has a team with cold feet, unable to latch that outside. It is gonna hit though. That's a pretty long duration stun. Not long enough. You still Nathan. They get one more listen. That'll be the kill. And Ridgefoot no gets fogged at the last
Dyer's middle
possible
tower is
second.
under attack.
At Butter,
No
Super
gear
keeps on giving
can
shade.
stop the flames.
Throw out the stun once again. No acid spray though, so it does fairly minimal damage, but still enough. A long pursuit, and they'll bring him down. But in the end, it's just a support Visage that falls, and they once again draw 3-4 heroes top. So it's not a great death, but it is space created for the rest of this team.
Yeah, it's helping. I mean, IG's a free life still. They did bring the Storm Spirit in themselves, but Storm going to TP back to mid now. He wants to go for some more action here with Rubik there. And uh-oh, Ben, you're dewarding him. It's not a place you want to be dewarding. Prob's going to TP this one. The Storm dip in, not quite on point, but it's going to be just good enough. And Fenrir, he's going to go down even with Brett used.
Yeah, decent Alk stun from Super, but just a little bit too late, and Faith about to hit 6. Still, the chase comes from Luo. Really drives Super.
TP did Life Stealer there, which was definitely not needed, but they can just transition to a push now with Life Stealer here, so...
Yeah, not needed for the kill, but I like it. Bane's not level 6. Nyx isn't level 6.
Doom is on the wing.
This is a good... Even Ancient Apparition's not. This is a great time for Fight. It gets a lot harder. There's the Ancient Apparition. Oh, there's a Fiend's Grip and Vendetta available, so it's a pretty good time to do it.
Yep. ROTK just about to hit level 6, still 2 more creep wave though, so he's not going to be... He's going to be coming. He's TD to the tier 2.
Oh, it's far too late. YYF easily cleans up the cower. Sylar maybe tries to kill off Faith here with a Lucent Beam.
I
Can't quite get the range for it, and the Storm simply zips away.
VG just not really committing to that one. Keeping in these heroes, they're expecting, hey, look, we're going to take this fight, but they were just too late. The tower's gone and IG retreated, so that was actually a wasted time, wasted TP.
If they had to Super should have been channeling stuff from the fog. He TP'd in. He was just sitting here waiting, and by the time the team showed up and started to go, then it was so not communication here. Ichi.
Oh, yeah. It's IG, a bit of an early game lead. It's the one goal lead, nothing too major, but they've just got heroes that are going to start snowballing with a Storm Spirit.
Oh boy, Faith, he eats the unstable concoction to the dome, but he'll steal it, toss it back the other way perhaps. No, doesn't want to suicide if he doesn't get that one off. And Lucent would have cooled down by the time he unloaded it, so smart. He'll back off by YF. He's an Ancient Apparition ult to the face, but doesn't really matter. That'll give them a little more oomph behind this push, I guess you could say. But the Prophet Trance gets summoned. The Midas is almost online for him, and they're still defending. IG stubbornly and tenaciously holding onto their territory.
Yeah, they don't give up towers without a fight. We saw that top lane, and this mid lane, just saying, hey, you're not going to have the tower. And Avicii Gaming, I think, realized they're just not strong enough to do that. They need to get some more key levels. They just got
Bane
level
needs
6.
level 6.
Yeah.
He's only 4 at 12 minutes in, nearly.
Yeah, he's struggling, and that's where IG, they've suddenly got a Prophet with Midas. They've got Lifestealer getting close to what looks like he's going to beat an Armlet with a casual Bracer, so this is a scary IG lineup. You look at Infest, Lifestealer in the Storm Spirit, and Prophet TPing as well. They've got a lot of global ganking power.
I would like to see them try and keep the Ancients stacked as much as possible, but constantly parading towards the Roche Pit. Possibly have been sent to Ancients as well, and as you mentioned, Midas online. And this is where IG can start to pull ahead in terms of farm. They've got the more threatening ganking lineup for now, but as I say that, Nyx does hit 6. Bane is fairly close. And once they get the level 6 on Bane, I feel that's where VT Gaming just need to start looking for some kills.
Yeah, ROTK really needs to make space here and either get kills or just create a lot of distractions and just give the rest of his team big openings, hit farm and push towers.
You don't want to be an offlane Nyx and be 0-0-0 at 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, he just hasn't been effective. He's just been off on his own, but this is his chance now.
Yeah. This is probably the right move here. They get the 3 heroes that need to be going. Bane's not with them, but he needs to be hitting level 6, so he's actually staying in experience. So he's going to TP mid and probably just go towards the mid lane. I don't think he's even meeting up with his team. He just wants to get experience to get that Fiend's Grip online. And
look how good they've been about the Ancients. Trance scouting them out, Familiars were scouting them out, and the Sentry Ward placed there. Observer Ward and Sentry both dropped in the lane, and suddenly RTK is thwarted. IG just very prepared. You know, yesterday, gods, we saw a few moments where teams were not really prepared for the Nyx, but even as the day developed, and certainly today, it seems like the Chinese team haven't forgotten the lessons of Ego. They know how to play this. They carry sentries early and often.
Yeah, IG looks scary. This roster of theirs could be a lot scarier than their old roster if it works well together. I mean, I think Lewis is much more dynamic player than Hal, and one similar story over Banana. I think Banana's maybe stronger in some scenarios, but all in all, this IG team just has more playmakers.
And ultimately, all these players are good enough where it more just comes down to team synergy, and if they can just find a good style. And so far, they're hitting a nice rhythm here. Pressure up by bomb. They'll rotate the storm top, though. This will be your first light healer bomb of game. The last infest is just to heal mid, but they're hunting this Luna. And Sylar, the vision, he just doesn't have any. He's like, where the hell is this? He actually sees no heroes right now. They saw a few bottom earlier, but good positioning, but bad for him because he's not farming.
I wonder how when these heroes show themselves bottom. That's the big question here. He still won't see the Storm or Lifestealer, and he knows that's the two combos. The combo
Generally,
hero
it's
he'll
like the
look
Storm
for.
you most want to look for. And
Yes.
Yeah.
If you see Lifestealer on the map, Storm can't
middle
solo
tower
kill
is
him.
under
Is
Yeah,
good
it's
news.
more if the Prophet shows up with Treants and
That's
an
true.
ult or something.
But yeah, he was patient. He didn't even show himself. That's the Silo. Silo's map awareness is, to me, the best of any carry player in the game.
Well, he certainly shows good map awareness here. They'll smoke up, they head up the ramp, they rotate through the enemy jungle. Vici Gaming on the prowl, while IG, it's their turn to pick up the defender's position. Tucked behind the enemy, or behind their own tower, but this is where Vici, they got some good vision abilities here. They can drop the ancient apparition ult if they even sent somebody behind this tower. Faith Quan sitting around 800, 700 HP. One of these connects.
Dire's top tower
They dropped
is
Observer.
feeling
There.
its mortality.
Sean's gonna eat pale, that's a simple kill.
Radiant's bottom tower
Thanks,
is
Vinny,
under
they've
attack.
immediate.
There is little
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can do. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, TP. You knew that bottom lane was a lost cause.
Radiant's
can have
bottom
five and
tower
pick out
is
Viz.
under attack.
They lost their observer.
Dire's
They've
top
just got
tower
to
is under attack.
that big thing
Dire's
today.
top
So it's
tower
BG's
has
turn to be more
fallen.
disciplined and map-aware team, avoiding the pickoff. And also managing to take a tier 1, but a good trade from IG
It
nonetheless.
was a T1 for a T1 plus a Visage, so that's
And a 5-hero Visage stun.
yes.
cheeky play.
I would say like that was almost an even trade there. I don't think Vici Gaming got as much out of that as they were hoping for. They were hoping for 2 to 3 heroes to be caught at that tower and brought down.
Yeah, they also did what I that's 2 heroes getting They're pretty here for the outcome, so not like this rock of yesterday. 2 items at this.
Minute mech yesterday. It was like an 8 minute mech with just normal boots. He didn't go for the one, but
And it comes back to this. The sentry here, they've had the treants all over the ancients. Just look at the treant positioning right now from this Nature's Prophet.
yeah.
Who needs wards when you've got Prophet? This is really impressive
Did
Prophet play.
Did the sentry actually block it there? Because they've stacked.
Yeah, they already had this stack. I believe.
They had a double stack, I remember, but I feel like they've just got a triple stack. I'm not sure.
Actually, yeah, I think you're right. I think it was only 1 dragon and 1 set of
Yeah.
fire lizards.
So maybe the sentry doesn't quite block it there, but
That's a spawn box I don't know too much about. I just put it in the middle of the camp
Yeah.
and prompt to get dewarded. That's an easy deward, but hey, at least it blocks the camp.
yeah. ALT gonna go flying towards the storm. So Ferrari's actually in trouble here. The Impale's gonna kill him off. That's a good assassinate.
And all set up by this observer ward. So.
Yeah.
Sure, the treants are cute, but the ward with this is where Vici are strong. Just the Nyx roaming around. They did it yesterday as well. Ancient Apparition plus Nyx, and that'll be the key for them to keep on finding these because before Storm gets Orchid, that's kind of what IG are waiting for. It seems that's the big item that lets them start finding kills easily around the map.
Right.
But after their early aggression, they've slowed down quite a bit.
Yep. Well, looks like Su's gonna just deal with his. That stack, because it was off Belcher.
Missed time.
I think Super pulled it a bit to side where he finished it up. I think he in there. He's still got its amount of farm there. We're going to be looking at a Nature's Prophet Necrobook build coming, so IG do want to just have that strong split push and just... I mean, Necrobook's also just a good fighting item. It does so much damage if you get a Necrobook 3 around like the 20 to 25 minute mark. Fighting against that as like a Luna or a Nyx Assassin is really tricky.
Yeah, and hey, it's not a bad item just to take it late game. Just push the lane. Get up next item, so scores well. And against the team of Nyx, you know, Apparition, Shelly not
Yeah.
necessarily a good choice if you want to split push.
Here we go for bomb. I mean, it's like this guy's on point.
Again, I really have to commend this Nature's Prophet play though. He has been everywhere with these treants.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
nice
I
spread.
look at the mini map and there's like a good, like perfect square. Just of different treants, different looks thing.
Even the it's like treant. A Roach Pit to the Ancients.
Yeah.
Two or just yeah. And it's looks a bit. This is the other was like.
IG's vision. And then they've got 3. But it's 3-man vision.
Yeah, it's hard for he described them, and even if you don't see Nyx, you know where he's not. It's kind of where he could be at that point.
Vici Gaming, they're grouped up as 5. I think we maybe look towards another smoke. They've just picked up the BKB. I think they want
And
to
level 11 on Sylar. This is a pretty good timing for them to fight.
I think they should be looking for a team fight. They've had this for a while and not really used it, which is okay, because I think they just needed those next level of items, but I think it makes something happen soon. Sure, Luna's a great late game carry and is better than the Lifesteal late game, but I still don't think they're like the whole skill.
Yeah, I'd say she's better when she gets, like, the big items. Butterfly, Manta, Satanic. But when she's just got 1 or 2, Lifestealer can just man up on her and kill her.
Yeah, and
I
I was going for his painted race car build.
Yeah, so he will delay, like, the Abyssal Blade or the Basher, which is really what you need to just solo kill the Luna in team fights. Very scary for the time being. And Shepherd Chenault's gonna fly bottom, but this will just be harassment. There's no follow-up for now.
Not even going to land on Luo, but not a big issue. There's Vici Gaming. They're still just kind of split apart farming. They've got a BKB coming at some point on their Alchemist, but not really a huge pickup per se. And they're
getting a farm, but it's not that bad, all things considered. I mean, IG have invested a lot into warding off the Ancients, trying to block the Ancients with creeps, and they're running a Midas Prophet, but so far, Vici's kept it close, and looking at towers, it's even there, 2-2. We'll see a 5-man disconnect from Vici.
Yeah, they said something before leaving. What do you think that means, LD?
We're tired of this game. You bore me.
Yeah.
We don't have time for Chuan. Bigger and better things to do.
Yeah, ROTK. Chuan, you can kiss my ass as well. Join Loader down there.
Kiss my ass, Rhoda! that was pretty epic. For anyone who's just joining us, I do see I've gotten some comments on Twitter and just general feedback about Dota TV audio lagging. Guys, this is out of our control. Same way it was for Join Dota throughout the Signa Cup, it is true for us as well. Perfect World is behind the Great Firewall of China, and we don't have any direct path to them, so that firewall slows the traffic down, makes us drop packets, or makes packets drop when going out to you guys from the server, and as a result, sometimes we get Dota TV audio lag. Do apologize for those about the ticket.
Yeah.
Wish we could fix it, but you know we've been dealing with these problems for 2 years now, and until Valve can figure out a solution, there's not much we can do. So.
Yeah, you can some good games, you get some bad games.
These ones bad ones. When it comes to audio, anyway.
The stream is good. That's the we have to look at. We haven't got cannot actually stay connected to the game going on. Hopefully things improve. Wrestling is 4 games today. You guys in the Starlight China. 2 of 7. Well, 7 group stage days, and then we've got 2 or 3 playoff days. So.
Yeah. Speaking of which, since it looks like we'll have a bit of a longer break here, we can quickly show the schedule once again for those just joining us. We've got 4 best of 1s. DK will debut today. They play CIS. They also play LGD. LGD, on paper, maybe is a big addition in terms of individual talent, but Yao now taking over the captaincy. Well, there's some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And he actually did an interview. I believe it was with 2P or with Ghost 2 Gamers.
I saw it on Ghost 2 Gamers, but
Okay.
it may not have been there originally.
It may be one of these things where like they both interview, but neither of them actually were one to conduct. But
I hope it wasn't 2P. Like Marley's like yelling at me now, like that was my you. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
anyway, so
I'm sorry,
whatever.
I
Used
love
to not
you.
yell at you.
It's the Ghost Gamers interview.
For Sino.
Okay, never
just
mind. It's
a
a
replay.
Chinese. It's a translated interview.
But Yao, although he's the leader now, he said he's got a very different approach and kind of style for it. Shao 8, known as Director 8, kind of a dictator as far as in-game command goes. But
yeah,
Yao's saying it's much more of a team thing. I want everyone to take responsibility, and at different stages of the game, different players will be calling the shot. So it sounds good on paper, but you know it can be a difficult training process.
it's like all the players have repeated back in. This spamming is like just to test the latency. You can see how quick they respond. And both ready to things aren't working. Match Vici Gaming up against IG. Both teams 1-0 at the moment. Both teams trying to catch up to Nubia at the top of the standings who've already played 2 games. And this is a pretty important match. Like this is 2 teams for me who are in top 3.
Yeah, like if you're to say any like DK, Vici, LGD, IG, Newbie, you know those are the 5 teams that are likely to be in the top 4. So you really got to take their business when you play against them. You drop a game here or there, maybe you lose to 2 of those teams, and suddenly you might be the one team that's on the outs. But and, even a team like DT, CIS, fully capable of an upset in best of one.
Yeah, that's you have to
Tower is
be
losing
really careful
its
versus those teams because you
foundation.
suddenly lose to them. Even if you've beaten one of the other top big teams, the fact you upset by a CIS or DT, suddenly you're standing the whole. Like, we see Europe all the time. Like teams like Rangers have beaten like last spell. It's like these upsets happen and sometimes affect endings of who goes into the land.
Yeah, there's been times where like Navi, Alliance just like barely squeak into the land
Yes.
finals and then make a run, but yeah.
Yeah, once they're at the land finals, it's like sweet. Navi,
Oh, right, now-
Navi on land.
Now we'll play for real.
Yeah.
And then you go back to some of the games that they lost and they had
Oh,
like
man.
they had like freaking they're playing Meepo or Cloud and the Pudge, which would be amazing, but not always. And anyway, with that being said, the push begins in earnest now. Another unpause, Vici, just barreling towards the middle lane with the Luna BKB
Radiant's
level
middle
11.
tower
They want to
is
fight.
under attack.
They don't got the best initiation here though. It's just
Radiant's
super
middle
who
tower
start
has
things
fallen.
off, but no
There is
blink on the
still
Nyx or
Dire's
anything like
bottom
that. They do
tower
take
is
the
under
tier 1
attack.
mid,
It
a crucial
may
tower for
yet
sure, and
stand.
for Vici, or rather IG, it'll just be the counter push bottom. They try and balance things out, get the creeps moving the other way, but there will be a quick defense from Vici. So Vici in the end take a tier 1 with no opposition, and this is where Storm doesn't have Orchid, IG just not really ready to fight.
Yeah, we'll have it in a second now. So it's the tier 1 mid one well, is the most important tier 1, but it's something they'll give up just to make sure they are ready to fight when they do. Necrobook 3 up now as well on Luo once he brings that out. So
And this is big versus the Nyx as well,
Yeah.
so definitely an important item for them to pick up.
yeah, get that vision as well as Alchemist got a pretty small mana pool. You can burn away pretty fast when especially if he's not in chemical rage forms.
I just love this. Look at we left them. Here's champion. Here's D more times. Zeros on IG. They really want to keep their ancients clear, stack them
Yes.
with the Alch for the Luna, and so far, after having a really minute.
Have to see. This is worth 200 gold.
No, not many. Yeah, just stop it back. It's more.
Roche, and they've had great vision all game. IG, Nature's Prophet, Treant's Familiar. This Familiar is going to go in just a second. We'll go down, but video gold just cost for that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So, 2 minutes. This
I
one.
have no way out.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire. Dire's
Oh.
top tower is feeling its
Straight lady.
mortality.
I'm going to go down there immediately. Yeah. Reaching.
Base Dota from
Yeah.
Vici.
They're still behind by about 2,000 gold, but this game to me suddenly sort of reached almost. Alright, Vici. Everything can go their way. Single pit. Just actually a decent. Have a next flip. Still not.
The best for top. So he beat love to bottom. Sentry Ward will perish,
I
but
think they haven't seen the Bane, so I think he's going to
they're
engage
about
on
to.
this.
They're about to now. They'll see the. What's the start? Maybe to clean up the band. Oh.
They clip, but you. Die after him.
It doesn't. Push. Get the neck.
Something like Ruby quick. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where's the then? But he's Vendetta first.
Yeah. Yeah, any spell you steal will help you escape it. Impale, Carapace, or Vendetta, unless it's a mana burn, but he was not
That's
expecting
pretty
that.
unlikely.
Yeah.
Rarely the last spell in Nyx is used.
IG are just getting good farm right now. That's kind of what's it's not really showing the last few minutes with Avicii getting towers, Roshan. IG just farming well. Like Prophet's going to be getting a Hex probably next, or even building toward more like a semi-carry type build. So IG is still looking pretty good here.
For the time being, Sylar clearing up the mid wave with Glaives. He's really not worried about the Lifestealer bombs with the Aegis online. No tier 1 mid though, so if he ever got caught, there wouldn't be much easily ready backup, but for now IG just pushes in top. The Necro minions get popped, and the rotation will come. They've got an ancient apparition ult flying forth. Will be a bit off the mark, actually quite a bit off the mark. Luo on the way out. He's got some backup here. 3 heroes not far off. If they go on him, it could be proved to be a mistake. He continues the retreat. RTK could. His chase does connect on the Vendetta and the Impale, but they're ready for him. Ambushed immediately. And just backing on out. Well done.
Yeah. Nicely baited there, Luo. When you see that Luna chasing past the creep wave, he knew that the Nyx assassin was on him, so he's telling your team, stay nearby. That Nyx is going to potentially jump me.
You also generally know when the Ancient Apparition will come out from across the map what that is. Normally this Ancient Apparition and Nyx are working as a tandem, so all in all, IG were ready for that, and RTK just over aggressive in pursuit.
Yep. We'll see Super pick up the Sanjin Yasha he likes to go for on Alchemist. It's thing. And the message is with like a solo. There's a circle you want to go for. You want to be more lining it up because you've got the mech there, you've got the tanky items, so you want to be on the front lines, and you need that movement speed to be able to make sure you get your unstable concoction off and to sort of break the distance.
Yeah, and avoid getting fogged as well, which is where Al can struggle a bit. But 430, Orchid complete, has kept farm up nicely. 1700 gold work probably towards. Well, I mean, it could Hex or BKB this game. I guess it remains to be seen, but I feel they're going to need a Hex as this game goes on. They, at least, not him, it should be the Prophet, but actually Luo is going to be BKB. It was a rather uncommon choice that they doesn't have much right-click, but just worried about, I guess wants to just be able to Nick ganks him.
Normally the BK is more like, you go Shadow Blade, Orchid, BKB, or like you have right-click damage to back up the BKB, but...
I guess this is just, hey, I have BKB, I can even gank me, they're gonna have a very hard time killing me when I'm split pushing.
There's a Fiend's Grip, but Bane isn't really gonna be there for the split push. It's not the Bane dealing with split push, it's the Nyx, the AA ulti, the Luna, and to a lesser extent the Alchemist, so... Yeah. And he'll go damage item, I guess, after this. Maybe even his damage items aside the Vibe, which is like a true damage item, but...
But help the rest of the team do damage. Yeah, that's certainly an option here. 430, another 500 gold into his pockets. They're starting to jingle a bit, and another Infest will come out. They'll head towards the top lane. Sylar, in the meantime, he's just a completed Manta style. Balling pretty hard. And we'll see if he gets to make much happen with it. No level 3 Eclipse online yet. IG moved to the river. No dire vision of this one just yet, but it's a pretty risky move to do this without a gem.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they do have Ron and Chuan. But
yeah, both teams have a gem at this point, which is, in a slow passive game like this, is essential.
Just pick them up in the past, like, 3 minutes or so.
And we'll see Vici Gaming go for this T2 tower, and I think IG just say, hey, let's trade towers, because they've got Aegis, and it's risky. The Aegis is expiring in 1 minute. No real reason to take a big risk here, and they can't really 5-man TP onto this T2 tower. Maybe 1 or 2 TPs, and IG have to back, and they don't get a proper trade, but even then, it's just not worth trading.
Tier 1 for a tier 2 though. Vici will be happy about this.
They go high ground, no.
They're gonna try to break the base. It's only level 3 Eclipse, still very scary in these situations. Manta popped. There's no ancient on this squad. Infested over. OF did pop out, and for the time being it's cooling down, so they don't have a great initiation. They'll go in on the Luna, but you don't want to force that one out. Nice reach done to avoid Alxum, but the tower's falling, and I think Vici will settle for that.
They've done really well. They've still got a good 20 seconds on Luna. Like, they're not cutting the exact last second. They probably know now, hey, if we fight now, Luna's Aegis is very likely to expire mid-fight.
And Chuan just casually feeds 200 gold of familiars. Comes the Ancient Apparition ult, it connects, and 430, Alex will follow him, tries to dodge, but ends up stunning Chuan, and I think might go down to this. Still ticking down low, but actually barely survives. Crucial that he lives there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Yorubi stole something. It's a mana burn, not really that useful. He'll take it, but they're still pushing. I don't know if they want to force this without Aegis. You've got to worry about buybacks as well when you're breaching the space.
Yeah, Luna's BKB, gonna TP. Okay.
Yeah, that would have been a very risky play. And they lost the tier 2 bottom to the creeps.
Yeah.
If it took the tier 2 or the tier 1, but a tier 3 for a tier 2 and a tier 1. They got the tier 2 earlier. I guess a decent.
They want to get back into thinking their chance to get rest with Aegis, and they look like let us really force a buyback, or maybe they do get rest. He does have buyback, but it was good call. Just didn't have what it takes to break the actual base there.
They're going straight down mid now. Big smoke. Aggressive move into the mid. And they know there's no Ace. They don't get off the pole. Just the silent on FY, who promptly just force staffs his way out, but a bigger prize to be claimed. That's Super, who falls, and will he buy back for this? He's got it in his. Alright. This one.
Tyr is ready.
Dyer's middle tower is learning to
Glyph just
fear.
came off cooldown. They think they can,
Dyer's
but
middle tower has fallen.
They
They'll use
rather
the
let
buy for the high
No
ground.
tree shall ever grow there.
I don't even think IG are going to try for the high ground. They haven't got this. Well, they've got Isolate who's pretty good at breaking high ground, but they're going to back off, and there's no Roshan or anything for IG to take. So, Vici knows that dude tower already sitting on like 300 HP was consistent to fall soon enough anyway. So, not as bad a loss it could have been.
overall pretty just patient play from both teams.
Yeah.
Vici, a team that's known for, with ROTK especially, just sometimes forcing the issue, didn't really force the issue top, just casually took the tier 3, backed off. ROTK had the 1 overextension, but compared to yesterday where teams were just going balls to the wall for better or for worse, it's been a much more deliberate pace for our opening match of day number 2.
Super's had just too quiet of game though to me. He's only been in 1 of these 5 kills. I mean, 5 kills is already not much for 30 minutes in the game, and the way IG have played has kind of prevented Vici Gaming from getting anything, but as the solo mid Alk, you'd expect just a little bit more than that.
He is keeping his farm up, but they're up against the Tricore here. And Alk Luna, probably the stronger pair of carries over like a Lifestealer Storm, but that's where then you throw the Prophet into the mix, and it could be hard for Vici to take this late game, especially fighting through a range of buybacks. There's a Basher up on the Lifestealer now, and Storm with the completed BKB will turn his eyes probably towards the Hex as Vici smoke and IG hide.
This is... I think the direction game has good for Vici Gaming. I think the Alchemist, once he gets his Chris Silence Butterfly, I think that at that point Vici Gaming become really scary. Finding a Butterfly loop and you haven't got Hex. Storm went BKB, Prophet went BKB, Hexes is still a long way off, so if Salah gets a Butterfly, Alchemist gets an Assault Crest, and they get the next Roshan, I think IG will struggle to defend that. That timing window is going to be really hard to deal with.
That's where IG just want to split push. Just rat it.
Yes.
Don't let them force the high ground, and they've got a really good lineup to do it with. Maybe that's where the Bane will work towards a blink, but for now, Fenrir has Ogre Club, wants the BKB, and RT will go Ghost Scepter here. So yeah, no hexes anytime too soon, but Prophet's got the money for an ultimate orb, so they're not in dire straits at this point. And hey, Abyssal Blade far off. If you get lucky with the RNG, can still kill the Luna.
IG are, looking at the graph, they're ahead, 7.8k experience, 5k gold. But it definitely feels a lot closer than that, just because of where some of the experience and goals are going. Like, looking at someone like Chuan, he's level 10, he doesn't even have level 2 familiars, and that's where he was just feeding familiars last fight, because they get one-shotted by Luna.
It is hard to keep them alive against Luna, that's for damn sure.
Like, he's going to have an Aghanim Scepter with level 1 familiars.
Here comes your jump mid.
Not even worth it.
They're almost ready. They'll pounce right on Fenrir. Quickly focusing the one hero who can deal with the BKB on the backside. Familiars crash through, but Sylar pops the Lucid Beam, stays alive for now. They clean up the Ancient Apparition. Just a surgical operation here by IG, bringing down 2 supports, and cost them nothing but a BKB.
Yeah.
They just, when the Bane gets gone on, there's just nothing to stop it.
Yeah, IG have this great initiation advantage over Vici Gaming, which then they're
And the
starting to
mobility
use.
as well.
Yeah.
They're really abusing it.
If Bane or A is caught outside, they just instantly die, and that's what we see there. Even with them going like tanky items, Bane's gone for Treads, Brace at Ogre Club. Like, you're seeing Treads Bane here. This is just purely for the stats and the HP.
Yeah, very unusual item selection, honestly, but, well, it doesn't matter. He's still very killable. It's where maybe they need some, I would say maybe some, there's still some magic damage coming up from IG. It's 4 stabs on the supports, they've got the 1. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just not enough.
I like IG getting aggressive here before the Assault Crest plus Butterfly timing comes, and that's going to slow it down, also just cause Vici Gaming to be a bit more just unsettled and unsure where they want to do and where they can position themselves. In a head-on 5v5 fight, I think Vici Gaming is still stronger if the supports are sitting at the back not getting caught out. If they can just get a Fiend's Grip on either Nakes or Storm Spirit, great, but I don't think IG are going to let them get a Fiend's Grip off this entire game.
Whenever you talk about needing to not get caught out and you're up against Storm, Lifestealer, Prophet, it's like one thing to talk about, another thing to execute. So maybe that's where smoke comes into play. We see them smoked in the tree line next to their team, they go for a bait. But it's definitely easier said than done, and Vici supports have their work cut out for them.
Well, Chuan's got his Axe Scepter, I believe. Alright. Axe Scepter on Chuan. He's
That's
just hit level 11 too.
Yeah, there you go.
Level 2 familiars, that's the good news. So get a bit more HP on them. There's definitely something that could win a fight, having the triple stun from familiars.
Oh yeah, especially when you look at Alchemist. No BKB, in fact the only BKB.
IG Gaming, good approach. Like, as when it picked.
Familiars.
Boost immediately at the bounce.
didn't catch it.
That
Sorry
was
about that.
brutal. And there's no familiars for this fight.
There's a lifesteal bomb though, and he's got an bit blade, and they're at the ready. ID just hanging out on the backside, prepared to leap in, and only thing to save them will be a Fiend's Grip. They don't actually go on the Bane though, who promptly turns around. Oh no, without the Fiend's Grip, it could have been an easy win, but still it looks okay. They bring down the Luna off the bat, an even bigger prize. ROTK, are they going to catch him TPing out? One small swipe of those big claws, and down he goes. The Fiend's Grip, but Luna fell and it was just dead.
Yeah.
Never got off BKB.
Why
Actually,
we-
it did, but it was stayed.
Why would- I'm just gonna kill this Luna. I don't care about you BKB here, I'm still playing this right click away. If maybe,
She just melted.
if Luna got maybe like a bit more evasion left,
Tower has fallen.
maybe it's a fight, but the initiation damage was just too much. Because Storm actually, the Storm Ball Lightning plus Lifeline and Fast damage got Everett down to like 3/4 HP right off the bat before he even cast a spell.
And he had a D run in that fight as well, which really showed
man.
its strength.
Yeah. That was...
Vici just have a hard time dealing with that leap in. They really do. And ID are taking advantage of it. They'll create some more chance here, and they'll continue to push. Triple familiars, this is a tower. They're not long for this world. Although the Ancient National comes through, they do have an Eclipse, or do they have an Eclipse? No, it was used as well.
Yes.
Well, I still think they can defend this, but IG, they come out way on top here.
Yes, the hold. Silas gonna come back here. He's picked up a Mask of Death, which that even just having that 15% life in that last fight could have maybe saved him. Like just having that little, because there's no like AA on the other team to stop you from like to finish you off. So when you're in BKB form dying to a right click from lifesteal, you just need anything you can get.
Even more economic damage from that fight, Chuan picks up RTK's gem and is truly balling out of control at this point. 2 glowing green orbs for the
He's
big fella.
looking at the 40-minute mech strat. Why
Better
not?
late than never.
Yeah.
Mom always said.
It's yeah, definitely not bad. There's a lot of physical damage and the plus armor against acid spray. Why not?
Now they rotate back towards mid. Vici, you can just tell that they're scared now. Like IG has forced them to respect that lifestealer initiation, and it's where when the it's just that fight, he doesn't die all that fast.
Yeah, the BKB Storm and Lifestealer and Rage, one of them, only one can be Fiend Script's the other thing. It's like when you're a Doom and there's too many targets that you need to Doom.
Yeah.
Like you take out one, the other's going to just wreak havoc. And I think the target to take out is going to be the Lifestealer with the Fiend Script. His damage output is just scary. But if the Storm, he just needs to save either a pull or the Orchid for the Bane. He's not have a big minion.
Team that's fixing. You can get off good initiation. That's what comes down to it for our Bane. Ancient suddenly, Assault Caress comes out. Prophet completes his before the out completes his own.
Yeah.
Those are quite close, but this is going to be a big Solidify. Not that they're survivable. Unless she gets really lucky with the evasion, and still without Satanic, can just be focused down on these beats.
Jamming. Last year. To go.
Oh, goodness.
It's
That's
been a
scary.
long route.
That's putting out. And the never-ending parade of treants. I'm really impressed by this Nature's Prophet play. It reminds me a lot of how we saw Blue play. He's like every game. And we'll see the rest of them search. Here, went for a war. Hope he play. Pretty fun.
I finally them for a long game where they weren't killed there. It's like almost wandering around. When it was
Warriors of the wood.
it's
Being dead, they can just go. Like, I don't see what's stopping them now. They can just zip in with BKB, the Aegis, jump it back. Don't die. They get to right click.
Yeah.
So And he's dead.
Ball. Like,
And he actually cannot die like that. If he dies before now, that's great.
but Luna probably once again.
Double damage on the storm. This one's gonna hurt.
They'll just jump the Luna at first sight. All he has to do is save the Orchid for the Bane. You can pull the Luna, but don't use the Orchid on anyone except Bane.
Yeah, they didn't last fight, the earlier fight at Roche, and they still won that one. Al's gonna throw out a stun here, but right away, they zip in with the DD. Focus on the Luna, she gets 4-step forward, not the right direction. Sylar's gonna fall. Eclipse stolen by the Rubik right as the Luna falls and is gonna use it, turns it around the other way. GG! IG, masterful. They dismantle IG.
There's no answer to that at this point in the game. Like, they did the zip in, they went on the Luna, the 4-step kept it life a bit longer. He gripped the lifestealer, and Farai was even a little bit slow with the silence. The silence came like a second after the Fiend's grip, but it doesn't matter. This Luna just falls to this lifestealer. This lifestealer, YYF lifestealer back in 5013. This guy is the lifestealer.
Well, they show their versatility in this game, guys. She's the offlaner and